Yo, what's up guys? A little bit of a beach walk kind of rant video. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that I've been thinking about quite a bit because it's something that is more true to me and that I feel is more of something that resonates with me and something that I've been thinking about, and it might just be something that's just accustomed to my lifestyle, but I want to know if anyone else feels this way. Basically, I feel like I'm always kind of chasing this feeling of freedom and, kind of like living life to its absolute full. I'm a believer that you're gonna reach the pinnacle of mental health and you're gonna reach the pinnacle of mental clarity and contentness when you thrive on new experiences and accomplishment. And I'm always chasing those things. And right now, for example, I'm experiencing that. I'm on the beach. I'm about to go on a run. I'm about to kind of, do something that's really going to make me feel like I'm on the top. I'm experiencing life to the fullest, right? But I feel like when I'm scrolling or doing school or something that I'm not really, obviously with school, you're getting something done, but when I'm just sitting down, I feel like I'm not experiencing life in the way that I really want to be. And that is something that I'll kind of always feel. At least I think I will. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that makes me appreciate moments like these better. But I'm always going to be chasing that feeling of peak experience. And it's going to be hard for me to always feel that way. And I'm not saying that I'm never going to be content with my life. I don't believe that. But I'm always going to be chasing moments like these. And I don't think that's a negative thing. I just wish that there was a way to always kind of be able to feel that. And in a sense there is, by grinding and trying to reach my goals. But I'm never going to feel that way just working out and, just doing stuff in my town or whatever. I'm never going to feel like I'm experiencing life to its fullest extent the same way as I will if I'm out here in the Netherlands on a beach, like going on a run and talking to this camera and really experiencing life. Oh, hold up, I found a jellyfish. I want to show you guys this. Look at that thing. Anyway, that's the main point of this video, but I want to talk about it a little bit more because it's a little deeper than just that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I'm struggling to find a way to always feel at like this peak level of experience, if you understand what I mean. And I think that that's okay, but I just wish that I could find something that makes me feel that way all the time. And I don't live in the Netherlands, so I'm not here every day. I don't get to spend days on the coast like this, but where I'm from, it's a mountain town. We have easy access to nature. So I'm not complaining. Like, I'm still experiencing life at a pretty good, like I'm still fulfilling my life in a way. I'm not saying that my life's boring or I'm not happy with it. I'm very happy and I'm grateful for what I have. But I just want to find a way to really experience that. And I'm still young, so it's hard for me to really tell if I'll ever be able to experience that, but I know that I'm going to always be experiencing, or I'm always going to be chasing these experiences. And when I'm older, I hope to travel even more than I have in my life so far. But I think that I'm always going to be chasing these experiences, regardless of, whatever I'm doing in life. If I'm working a job, a serious job, or if I'm doing something more simple, living a simpler life. I think I'm always going to be trying to aim higher, try to aim for something better, another level of accomplishment, climb the next mountain, etc., etc. you know what I mean. And again, I think that's fine, but I just want to acknowledge it, and I want to see if anyone else feels that same way. And you know, I try to get in a routine of grinding and doing my exercise and making my videos, doing my schoolwork. I'm trying to get a job at the moment and trying to get further in life. And I think that that'll bring me somewhere where I'll experience a higher peak. But even then, I'll be trying to find something, you know, even higher of an experience than that. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that means that I'll always be striving for another level of accomplishment, another level of experience. But it's always going to be at the back of my head. But I will say that that is really, there has to be a balance in life. Because if there isn't a balance, then, you know, it's going to be harder to enjoy these experiences. Because if you're always at the peak, you're always experiencing peak experiences, you're gonna not be able to appreciate stuff like this as much. Anyways, it really is sort of a yin and yang type of thing. And I think it'll always be like that. Because obviously you need balance. You can't just always be having fun and doing these crazy things, right? So obviously you need balance. But anyways, I still think it's important to chase those experiences. And obviously it's different for everyone. Everyone has different preferences, different goals, different dreams, different ways of life, really, different philosophies. But I just wanted to talk about this because I really think that it's something that should be said, because I don't see anybody else talking about this. Everyone's, you know, posting things like going to the top of the biggest mountains in Costa Rica, all these travel people, but they never talk about why they're actually doing it, because they're just focused on getting to, you know, getting to that point and, you know, getting the views on Instagram. And obviously that's not the only reason they're doing it, but I just wish that you know, these platforms went more in depth into all these people, because I think it's so interesting that everyone does their own thing. But we don't know anything about some of these people, because all this new content that's just 6 seconds long, it's so simplistic. And yeah, it's cool, but like, why? What was your motivation? I want to know about what you do or why you're doing this. And that's kind of what I want to make. I want to make this space a space that allows that kind of to talk about why we're doing the things we're doing and talk about how we're going to do those things. I don't really want this place to just be another clip farming channel or I don't want to be just a little clip farming content creator. I want to genuinely make an impact and make a community. And so yeah, tell me, I want to know in the comments what your goals are, what you're trying to do with your life, because I think it's so interesting. I think it's fine that people don't talk about it, but I just wish that these platforms were more, these communities on these platforms, these travel / you know, living life or life blog content creators really talked about it more. Because a lot of the time they just kind of, I don't know, they just show what they're doing, which is cool, but they never really actually talk about why they're doing it or anything. But yeah, I really enjoy life, and I'm someone who's always going to be striving for these experiences. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I don't want to make it too complicated and make this too much of a rant, but I just want to have a deeper connection to my actual motivation other than just posting on here, you know. And yeah, maybe that'll go well for me, you know, like in terms of analytics and stuff, but I want to actually make an impact and make a community that does something, right? And that's what I want to use this platform for. But at the same time, I want to, you know, experience those things, but I want to do it in a way that actually makes sense and that resonates with people. And yeah, I'm sorry if I'm reiterating the same point, but this is just kind of a rant sort of video. This is kind of the sort of videos I make. I make pretty laid back vlogs sort of videos. Sometimes I do rants, sometimes I do stuff like that. You know, like travel vlogs and just day in the life stuff. And yeah, but today I've experienced a lot, you know. I'm out here just living, man. And today I had the first video on my channel to, other than like a short form video, to break 1,000 views. And that means so much to me. I've been trying to do this YouTube shit since I was like 9. Obviously not on this channel, but on other channels. And it's just so cool that I finally like, I really think that this channel can actually go somewhere. And I'm excited to see where it goes. And I'm excited to see the journey that it takes me on. And again, I want to have these experiences. And you know, I want to build them up, each one after the next. One bigger than the last one. Because I really want to have a life and a story that's worth telling, you know? And I want to make an impact on the world, even if it's small. But yeah, that's about all I have. I'm going to probably run back to where my stuff is, and then, yeah. So anyways, I'm going to take one last little 180-degree view of the sea for you guys. Oh wow, I didn't even realize. The sun's like setting. Do you see that? Oh my God. That's beautiful. Okay. I'm going to do one last 180-degree video for you guys, and then I'm going to run back. All right, we've started our run, and yeah, man, this is how you do it. This is how you experience life while getting some exercise in. If you see trash in nature, make sure you pick it up. God, who does this, bro? You do that here? Take it to a fucking trash can, gang. Like, no more littering. It's 2025, you gotta protect the earth. I just finished up my run. That was the first one I've done here. It felt great. And this is a pretty low elevation place, so I was able to run further than usual. So yeah, pretty cool. My body's used to being up at like 7,000 feet, which is like, I don't know, like 2,000 meters, a little bit more than that. So yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna actually try to get out here more often because I've always liked running on the beach. But yeah, anyway, that's about all I have. Just kind of a rant video, just a little bit of a kind of just living and vlogging and grinding, and yeah, that's kind of the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any opinions on anything that I talked about, please leave it in the comments. I love having conversations with you guys. There's so many cool people on this platform. There's also a lot of mean people on this platform, but I can get past it, bro. And yeah, hey, peace and love, guys. See ya.